What can I say? Welcome back. A lot has changed since the last time I've recorded a video like this. First, let me say thank you to everyone who reached out. I appreciate all the thoughts. A lot of people did reach out to see if I was okay, especially after not doing a video for so long. Some of you may know, some may not, but I did have a major failure with my fish tank. And with that failure, I kind of withdrew from the hobby. Luckily enough, all of my tanks were somewhat on autopilot where it didn't need as much work from me, but it still needed a lot of work to maintain, which I wasn't willing to do during that period, just because with seeing the major loss that I had in the tank due to a salinity failure, losing a lot of corals, whether they were expensive or not, just corals that I really liked. Also noticing like losing some fish, which I might do a video on some of the fish that I lost and how I actually saved some of the fish. That I might do at a later date. But today, I'm just gonna do a video of one of the tanks that I haven't cleaned since then, which if you check the last time I posted a video till now, I don't recall how long that is, but that's been how long since I've last cleaned this tank. This tank is sitting in my study right across there. I do record a lot of my videos in the study, and I put a nano tank in the study just so that I could enjoy the hobby while I'm doing other stuff, whether that is studying for whatever I'm doing or just doing paperwork. I have this nano tank very close by. Needless to say, this tank was filthy. So let's take a look and see, after months of neglect, how this tank looks. As you can see right here, I'm just going ahead and scooping out a little bit of the water. My thought process behind this was, being how dirty the tank was, if I was able to take out the clownfish, I do have 2 clownfish in there. If I was able to take them out, then I could get a better clean without or minimizing the risk of hurting the fish. So you could see them now hiding behind the container of water that I had right there. I was just kind of looking to see if I had any nets right here to go get them, but I didn't have any, so I ran out of the room. Still was recording, but I ran downstairs, went in. Don't tell my girlfriend this, but I went into the kitchen to grab one of the bowls to catch them. As you can see right there, that one went in pretty simple. And then the fire right here, as you can see, this video is sped up for the sake of I don't think you want to watch a 30-minute long video of me cleaning the fish tank. So there we go, put them aside. I went and grabbed my trusty scraper right here. This one I picked up from a LFS. I know the guys pretty well. This is a long time ago. I like this because I have the removable blades, which I have a pack of. I think the blades were probably like $10, and it's been over a year, and I'm still more than halfway in terms of what I have left. At this point, I was looking for a clip. Sometimes I have small clips with me just so that I could go ahead and do water change pretty easily. All I did was I just went ahead and hooked that pipe behind the filter. Well, not behind the filter, but behind the heater, just to hold it in place while I had the water draining out. Some might say, oh, I should have waited until after I was done cleaning the glass. But why not just kill two birds with one stone? So I was going ahead, I was doing that. If you see me there moving around the blade, I was just trying to help move some of that debris closer to the hose, so that the hose could take out a lot of it. And every now and again you will notice some of the debris just going straight through the hose. And then at this point I was pretty okay with the amount of debris I got off of the glass. So I was just going ahead and just using the hose to kind of siphon out as much as I could. Every now and again I would lose the end of the hose just because I wasn't paying attention, and it would lose the siphon and I would have to start over. Luckily enough, I did not drink any salt water right here, which I think would be horrible just by looking at how filthy that water is right there. I was just going through, I wasn't trying to disturb the sand bed too much, but just enough so that I could get out anything that was stuck. You can see I was just removing the intake, the inlet and outlet for the canister filter. I am not a big fan of using canister filters anymore, but on this tank it just works, so why try to overcomplicate it? This is literally one of my simplest tanks. I have a canister filter, I have a light, heater, and a wave pump. That's it. Something that I did not even realize until just now, I did not unplug the heater. That's not something you want to do. If you're going to run the heater, you want to make sure it's in some water. But if you take a look at the heater, you could see that the light is on. I did not realize that. I forgot to unplug the heater until just now. So it's still running okay. I'm happy. You can see it was a pretty quick water change, even though the tank was so filthy. All I did was I just started to add back some water in. I did throw some of the water from the container with the clownfish just so that I had more so that I could give them. It's something I do just to make sure, even though I've tested low water, I try to acclimate them to the salinity in that way instead of doing a drip. Being that I know it's not too far off. One trick that I've learned from installing tanks, I would, whenever putting in sand, the bag that the sand comes in, you don't throw it away. After you empty the sand out, you put the bag down onto the sand and you throw the water onto the bag, whether it's just a hose that you have running in with fresh water, and by fresh water I mean fresh salt water, or you're just emptying a bucket out into it. I found out that just putting it onto that plastic bag, it helps not to agitate the sand so much, so that you have that cloudy water column for 2 days. So I just did the same thing by using the container. Here you could see the tank I just left for a little bit so that the filter could go ahead and take up any of the excess particles as I waited to put the fish back in. So you could see, not very long, very simple. The future of this tank hasn't changed in terms of what I'd planned to do. Longtime subscribers of the channel will know this tank and know that I wanted to fill it up with zoas, and that's why I did this weird looking aquascape with melted PVC. If you'd like for me to show you how I got that done, feel free to just drop a comment in the comment box below. But it was pretty simple when I created that so that I could suspend the zoas. Right at the point in which I was going to get some of those zoas was when all of the chaos started, hence the tank looking so bare. But in the future, I will be adding the zoas to finish off the tank in the way I wanted to. I didn't want it to just be a one day thing. I wanted to see the process of really doing it, taking your time instead of just rushing into this. If you like what you're seeing here, feel free, give me a thumbs up. If there's anything else you'd like to see, if there's something I skipped over, leave a comment. I'll for sure try to go ahead and respond to your comments. Until next time, keep reefing.